Hey everyone, today I want to tell you about my first experience doing Bath & Body Works Candle Day. So I have never done it before, I've only heard about it, and this year I was like, okay, I am going to get stuff. So I want to tell you what I got, I want to tell you what my experience was like, and I want to price compare at the end for what I paid in stores versus what I would have paid if I had ordered these things online. Alright, so starting out with what I got 13 candles that day. Well, actually I split them with my sister, she and I went together, but some of the ones that I got were the Winter Candy Apple. This is a classic, I love anything apple pretty much at Bath & Body Works. I'm also, you'll see here, more of like the food scented, like baking type person and less of like the tree and outdoorsy, like winter frozen lake type smells. So love Candy Apple. I also got Twisted Peppermint. This is my favorite candle. I love this, and I actually got two of them. So this Twisted Peppermint is the same as this. They just come in different jars. So exact same smell, they just look a little bit different. I got a crushed candy cane. I got two of these, and I was so excited. This was the one that I wanted because it's similar to the Twisted Peppermint, but just like a little bit of a different mint smell. And I have this, and it's burning in the background right now because it is like my current favorite. Really love mint. I got a spiced gingerbread, which smells amazing. Mary Cookie, which is really good. I got, okay, another one where I got two of them. They look different, but they're the same, is the Hot Cocoa and Cream. So I kind of like that they have different jars because if you want to gift one and one looks more like, I guess, like the aesthetic of somebody's house, like I prefer this look versus this one, but they're both fine. But you have options for some of them. So I got two of the Hot Cocoa and Cream. By the way, a tip that somebody working at Bath & Body Works told me that I haven't tried yet, but I'm excited to, is to burn the Hot Cocoa and Cream and the Twisted Peppermint at the same time to get like a peppermint hot chocolate effect. Definitely gonna try that because that sounds amazing. And the last one that I got, did I tell you I got Mary Cookie? I can't remember if I mentioned that yet already. Mary Cookie smells amazing. And this was recommended to me by someone else working at Bath & Body Works. It is the Cinnamon Ginger Snap. They were like, oh, smell it. It smells like the inside of Michael's. And I was like, yes, it does. It smells like the cinnamon pine cone aisle, so of course I bought that. And so that's what I got in terms of candles. I got a few other things while I was there because I had coupons, but that's what I picked, just kind of the winter smells. They had so many options for the summer scents and like the general things, but I just love winter candles. A few other things that I got not during Candle Day, but just in case you're curious about smell, if you are a tree person, I'm like not a super tree person when it comes to candles, but the Fresh Balsam smells really good. I got the one wick of that a few weeks ago, which I really like. You can't go wrong with the Sugar Snickerdoodle. That was really good. And I got, okay, this is my only regret about Candle Day is they had this and I just like, there was so much going on that I forgot to get a 3-wick one, but the Spiced Apple Toddy is amazing. So definitely recommend that. So let's go back to Candle Day and I will tell you all about it. So I hope that this video is helpful in case it's 2021 and you're looking for information from 2020, because I was looking for information from 2019 and I couldn't find a whole lot. So anyway, the candles were $24.50, marked down to $9.95 for the whole weekend. And I believe, again, I couldn't find a ton of information from last year, but I believe that this was the first time that they did a 3-day event versus 1 day. So I think in 2019, Candle Day was just one Saturday in December. This year it was Friday online and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in store. So the only thing I will say about online is that they tell you limited quantities and it says 18 is the limit, but of course people could pay in multiple orders and things like that. So when I was looking online, I got an email before 2 p.m. on Friday that they had sold out completely online. So there was nothing left to purchase online. If you were gonna participate in Candle Day, you had to go to the stores. The other thing I'll say is that people I know who actually were successful got stuff in the morning, or they put candles in their cart the night before and just checked out in the morning. I know people who checked out online at 5 a.m. to get the candles that they wanted. This is not the time, the day that they go on sale online, this is not the time or day to browse and think and hem and haw. You have to be ready to go if you're going to buy stuff on Friday for Candle Day. So people take this very seriously, which I guess that maybe now I'm one of those people. The other issue with online is that their website was really slow or down at times, and I know people who, I've been talking to people about Candle Day like all weekend. I know people who, like, the website would crash right as they had submitted their payment and they weren't sure if it went through or not, but then they did get a confirmation email, so okay, everything went through. So just keep that in mind if you're gonna shop online next year, so you're prepared. Okay, so I'm looking at my phone real quick at the email that got sent out right before announcing Candle Day, and it said, "We made your favorite event more days than ever, so you have more space to shop safely." So if you've been to a Bath & Body Works ever, whether they're like a freestanding one or in a mall, you know that they're not huge. And mine right now, I'm sure most of them have a limit for capacity because of COVID. So I believe that ours is 20 people are allowed, and I'm so impressed with their customer service. They have people who work there always standing outside, monitoring the queue, making sure that people are where they're supposed to be. And actually, I thought this was so sweet. It was really late when I was in line, which I'll tell you about in a second, and Michael's is right next door and they were closing. And the person working at Bath & Body Works, as the Michael's person was closing up, was like, "Hey, hope you had a good day. Like, we've tried to keep our queue out of your doors like for the whole day." And I was like, that is so considerate that you even care about the Michaels people. I mean, not that you shouldn't care about like the store next to you, but you could have just been like, "Sorry, what am I supposed to do?" But they had the queue really organized, and they also were handing out umbrellas if it started raining, which I don't know. I think that's really nice. Do they have to do that? No, but if there's gonna be a wait, it's nice to treat your people who are shopping there, your customers, with respect and be extra nice to them. And the other thing I'll say too is that people, like I said, I've really been talking to people about Candle Day for like a few days now. I know people who went in years past, and they said that this year was the best year because it wasn't as crazy and chaotic and just like complete madness in the stores because there was a limit on people waiting to get in. So I will say that I heard before, I talked to the store manager like a week or two before, I was like, "Oh, I heard Candle Day's coming." And she said to me, "We close at 9 on Candle Day, and if you're in line before 9 p.m., we will let you in." And I was like, okay. So I got there at 8:45 p.m. and they said the wait was 45 minutes, and it was. And I waited in line 45 minutes for candles, which like I kind of can't believe I did because it's a candle, but anyway. They were true to their word. They let me and the people in line behind me, if you were in line before 9 p.m., they let you in. And was it worth it to wait in line 45 minutes so that it was like a nice, like non-crowded, non-packed store? Absolutely, I think so. It's a requirement that you have to wear a mask, and everyone was following the rules and keeping away from each other, so I felt safe. As you know, I have mentioned in other videos, like I only am shopping at night right now just because things get a little bit crazy during the day, and it's the holidays in December. But I had a great experience shopping in stores. One other thing I want to add about the queue outside is that I overheard the person working at Bath & Body Works telling someone in line that she thought that the reason why this particular Bath & Body Works was a little calmer, which I know that sounds crazy because I just said I waited in line 45 minutes, but that it was a little calmer is because people may not have known that this Bath & Body Works was there. So it used to be a Payless, and I don't even think it's been open for a full year. So this is a new Bath & Body Works, and I have to tell you, I thought that it was gonna be like a mess and like nothing left. And when I walked in, this is what it looked like. They had a ton of winter scents. There was nothing they were out of that I personally wanted. They had the regular scents, and they just had people stocking, and it looked so good in there. So I was super impressed. I mean, I was talking to somebody online who was like up in line at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I was thinking, okay, if you were here at 4 a.m. and I'm here at 9 p.m., like there's gonna be nothing left, but that was not the case. So I was just super impressed with everything that they had, their availability. The only thing I will say is that they didn't have fall scents. I talked to people in other states who said they had a lot of fall scents, but they were out of winter. And I actually stopped by my Bath & Body Works today. Candle Day's over, and it's the day after, so it's Monday, as I'm talking to you about this. And they still had candles, which I couldn't believe. They were out of a lot at this point because it had gone on for 3 days, but they still had candles. So anyway, totally depends on your Bath & Body Works, but I was really impressed with the stock at my location. All right, so truth be told, I kind of hemmed and hawed over whether I should go in stores or order online, but as I mentioned earlier, you had to have your act together a lot more than I did on the morning of to get things online, so that's why I ultimately decided that I was gonna go at night, end of the day, where there weren't gonna be as many shoppers. And it's actually nice because people are trickling out as you're going in, and then it doesn't fill to capacity. So like I said, I felt like I had a lot of space. The other reason was because of coupons and things that you can use in stores versus online. So right now, I wanna tell you how I was able to stack coupons and break things down. Now, the people who are working were really helpful in explaining this. And if you get the coupons like I do, you have like the good ones, and then you have like the extras, and you're like, what should I do with this? So in my dream world, I was like, oh yeah, I'm combining the $10 off a $40 purchase with the 20% off. You can't do that. I thought you could, but oh well, it's not the end of the world. So the person working said the way you can tell which coupons can be combined are if they're from like the same bundle or the same family. And the way that you would know that is if you flip them over on the back, there's like a little code, and if those codes are matching, they can go together. So as I mentioned, I went with my sister and we decided that we were gonna use our $10 off of a $40 purchase with a free body care item on one order. And on the second order was gonna be the rest of the candles with a 20% off and a free mini item. So yeah, so that's how we did it. We broke it up and they allowed multiple transactions. So I think they would have allowed this even if I hadn't been there with another person. They had really good customer service, but that's what we did. All right, so for the first order, we were gonna do $10 off of a $40 purchase and we were gonna do the 4 candles. But the 4 candles are $9.95 each, so they're not quite $10 each, so you fall 20 cents short of that $40 mark that you need. So what we did is we got a mini hand sanitizer for $1.95, and that brought our total to $41.75. So we were able to use the $10 off, plus we were able to get a free body care item, which was one of those additional coupons that was able to be bundled with a 10 off 40. So I have my notes here. So the 4 candles plus the free full-size item plus the hand sanitizer minus $10 was $31.75. After Florida tax, $33.97. And the itemized receipt showed each candle at $7.56. So I think that was a really great deal. That was the first order. The next order was 9 candles and I got the free body spray. So the 9 candles times $9.95, again, I have my notes here, was $89.55. After the 20% off was $71.64. which was $76.65 after Florida tax, and the itemized receipt showed that each candle was $7.96. So on both my receipt in the second order and on the first order, each candle itemized at under $8 each, which is a really great deal on something that is originally $24.50. So I think whether you're using the 10 off 40 or the 20%, that is a great buy. So I was really happy with the price that I paid in stores. Here's the problem with ordering online. There are a couple things. So first of all, you get online and you're like, oh yeah, $9.95 a candle. But then it says $9.95 a candle when you use code CANDLE in the promo box. Well, then you go to the promo box and you're only allowed 1 promo per order. So that means no 20% off, no 10 off 40, you can't get your free items, and you have to pay shipping, right? So now your candles, they're gonna be cheaper than $24.50, but they're going to be, in my opinion, substantially, I mean, maybe not extremely, but noticeably more expensive than if you got them in stores. All right, so let me break it down for you online versus in person. So just to recap, we got 13 candles, a hand sanitizer, we got a full-size body care item, and we got a spray, one of the travel size sprays. Okay, so again, I'm gonna look at my notes here. In person, we paid a total of $110.62. Had we ordered online, because we couldn't use any coupon codes and we would have had to pay $5.99 for shipping, we would have had to pay $168.95 online, which would have been a difference of $58.33. So, is it worth it? I mean, that's up to you. Ultimately, I think next year I would try to go online only if they changed the promo codes and if they were allowing you to use multiple promo codes and maybe if they did free shipping. Otherwise, I think I would want to go in stores. Now, I will tell you, one of my friends texted me last night with his candle haul and they were like great candles, great options. And he went like Sunday night at the end of a long weekend. So it just depends on availability, your personal Bath & Body Works. So just something to consider if you decide that you're going to go next year or if you went this year. I would love to hear about your experience. But before I wrap up, I just want to give you a few quick tips from things that people have shared with me. So again, these tips have come to me via Instagram because I've literally been talking about candles for a whole weekend. So the first thing is that somebody sent me this video of how to sort of repurpose your candle jar and clean it out and maybe use it as like a cotton ball or a Q-tip holder after you've burned it. So I'll link that below, and if you've tried that, let me know. I haven't done it yet, but maybe I will after I run out of candles. But I think that's like a really good way to reuse something and repurpose something. So if you give it a try, let me know. The other thing that a few people had told me about was if you go to Candle Day and they don't have the scents that you want, get a few candles more or less as like placeholders, and then in a few weeks, then when they restock, you can exchange them. Now, I haven't done this personally, and if you have, please let me know. But I have exchanged stuff at Bath & Body Works before, and they've always been super nice. Like I go in, and it has to be item for item. So like, here's a candle, a 1 wick. I'm gonna exchange it for another 1 wick candle. So it's not like, you know, I'm trying to exchange it for something else, even though maybe they could give you store credit. So I think that's a really good idea to just exchange item for item. You could just change scents after they restock. So that's a really good tip as well. A few more tips. Someone had suggested burning maybe just 1 or 2 of the wicks, which is a really good idea, I think, because it can help make your candles last a little longer. So I'm definitely gonna try that. And then the last tip I have for you is that when I got there was only one thing that I was like, I have to have this. And at first glance, I thought it wasn't there. It was the crushed candy canes, but it was one of those that had multiple jar options, just like I showed you earlier. These are both twisted peppermint, but one is in the red jar that says ho ho ho, and the other one is the pink one that says twisted peppermint. So I am really glad that I asked, because I said to the person working, hey, do you have this? And she looked and she couldn't find it, but then she found it in the other jar design. I prefer the original jar design, but also I don't care enough that I was gonna give up getting that candle just because I like the first jar design better. So anyway, if you think you might not be able to find your candle, definitely ask, because it could be there. It might just look a little different. In conclusion, is this candle here worth $24.50? I don't think so. Is it worth like 8 or 10 bucks? Definitely, especially if you can get something for yourself, something for your home, try something new, or get a few old favorites. Or if you need some gifts, I mean, definitely get some while they're at this price. People, I think, like getting these as gifts. I will also say I heard that the 18 limit, like they will let you do a few transactions. I kind of imagine that I would be there seeing people with like carts and stuff. I heard from somebody that they saw that, but I personally didn't. Everyone was like super chill. They had their like mini crates where you can fit 6 candles in each, but like nothing outrageous and nothing crazy. So that was, again, just my personal experience, but I think it's just because it's a fun event and you can get something for a really good deal. So anyway, I hope this was helpful, whether you just wanted to hear about this or you're thinking about going next year. If you did go, I would love to hear about your experience below, how many candles you got, if they were out of stock of anything you were hoping to see, and what it was like at your personal store and where you're located. So would love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and I hope to see you next time.